ItsNerou asks, what got you to play Geometry Dash? Well, the reason why I wanted to play Geometry Dash was not because I was a good gamer or anything, or because I wanted to test my skill, but rather because it had a level editor. In fact, I was so keen to try out this level editor that I completely skipped GD Lite and went straight to buying the full version of GD so I could play around with the editor. In the early days, that's where I spent most of my time, making really bad levels that I'd never upload because we had barely any internet back then. ItsNerou, Milbehoy 1330, Creepy 0219 all ask a similar question that's phrased around, what was your motive to keep making videos on Geometry Dash? And NeonRxD also asks a question in the similar vein, which is, what was your motivation to continue posting videos, and when did you want to make videos that were not recent tab completions? Well, in terms of making Geometry Dash content, it's all due to the Geometry Dash subreddit. Some person told me to download Reddit because it was good or something, and so I followed a whole bunch of subreddits, and one of them was the Geometry Dash subreddit. Pretty quickly it became one of my favorite subreddits, and as a result I began piecing together what happened in the community over my 2-year break. Then on April Fool's Day, I decided for the hell of it to make a Geometry Dash YouTube channel and upload a joke video which was Silent Circles Verified, and I didn't do that much after that apart from a few random recent tab completions, but it was after I got views on my explosive world records I actually started to take my channel seriously. But I still mostly uploaded recent tab videos until I made those very well performing Space UK videos that really made me change my mind, as I wanted to make consistent good content from then on and try and increase my viewership, until basically I am where I am now, where I'd upload a whole bunch of botting videos and on popular levels. I feel my main motive to continue making Geometry Dash is quite simply because the fact that I love reading all the comments, plus I really like making levels even if no one else likes them. The thing is that I never really thought this channel was going to succeed, and I thought it was going to end up being a joke channel full time. And that's why in the channel description at the very bottom it always reads, this was April Fool's joke that went the long way around. Because, well, that's what this channel really is. I made a joke channel, but in the end, this channel ended up making a joke out of me. As in, it became the serious channel that I never expected it to be. Sushi-jsiden asks, is there a level that you really want to beat but can't right now? And do you plan on making, for example, a showcases channel, but just like an alt account for YouTube? Well, there are lots of levels that I want to beat that I'm not skilled enough to beat, which is pretty much the entire demon list and every impossible level, which is part of the reason why I've set myself up as a channel that bots levels that not everyone can complete. Because sure, it's not really completing the levels, but it's as close as I'll ever get. And I'm not planning on making a showcases channel. My plan at the moment is just upload the video where I bot the level, and then the next day upload the showcase. It's been working for me and it'll probably stay that way. Memetastic1 asks, are you looking forward to 2.2? Not really, because I'm one of those people who hate change, and I also wanted to get all my projects out of the way so I could go into 2.2 with a clean slate, but I know that's not going to happen. So I guess I'm just going to have to get over all that and just play some Geometry Dash in whatever form it decides to take, 2.2 or not. At one point I was thinking of not updating to 2.2, but then of course I sort of realised that RobTop will probably block server access for anyone who's still on update 2.1, because the new levels might mess with the 2.1 version of Geometry Dash and cause irreparable damage or something like that. That's a theory of course, but I'm pretty sure server access for 2.1 players will be blocked in some form nevertheless. Mostly when 2.2 comes out, my content won't really change, apart from I won't have a hack client because the hack client won't work with the new physics changes and any other game-defining challenges that are going to happen once 2.2 releases. So once that happens, there won't be any botting videos for a while. So in that case, I'm either going to have to get creative and create some new content, or delve into the giant well of footage that I haven't edited up and piece together something from there. But generally in terms of 2.2, I'm excited for all the things that people create, and I'm excited to build in the new level editor and play around with all the things like camera controls and platformer mode. Not a Cake asks, what's your favourite Steam game? I thought you would never ask. Geometry Dash. Greeks11 asks, what would you rate your channel overall out of 1 to 10? I would rate my channel 6 out of 10. The further you go back, the less coherence there is with my content. I don't fully have a defining style/niche yet, and I'm only known for one big video at this stage, so I'd say that my channel at the moment is rather unbalanced, but it's working its way towards being a 7 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10. And because of my history, there's no way that I'll ever be a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 due to my past uploads, therefore I could never get a perfect score on my metric. And there's always plans to upload more subpar content in the future, such as continuing the level but every frame perfect speeds it up series, so I would say that I'm a 6 out of 10 channel that's moving towards being a 7 out of 10 channel and hopes to be an 8 out of 10 channel, but will probably never reach that mark. SC72 Salt asks, what video editor do you use? I use DaVinci Resolve. It's a freemium program, which basically means that it's a free program, but it's also a very professional program. However, it is quite advanced and you have to give them your address before you can download it, which puts a few people off. But I don't mind the fact that DaVinci Resolve has my address, which is why I have it. Also, you need a powerful PC to run it as well, especially for the renders. I also have skills in After Effects, however I'm not employed with a business or education facility that grants Adobe Suite licenses. So I can't use it and I don't want to pay money and I don't want to be a pirate. So I probably won't see any After Effects based edits on this channel for quite a while. Mr. DBoss 4898 asks, what is your age, and who is your favourite Geometry Dash YouTuber besides you? Like most GD YouTubers who have been part of the community since 1.6ish, I'm in my 20s, 21 to be exact. I don't have a definitive favourite Geometry Dash YouTuber, but I do like the content that comes out of the really big GD YouTubers such as Aeon Air, Doggy, and EVW. Those three really do feel like they've earned their place in the 100k plus subscribers YouTubers, and always come out with great videos. Oddly enough, I'm actually a fan of Lemon Cake. Not his shorts of course, but before he started on the shorts grind, he was possibly one of the most interesting and unique YouTubers out there. Not so much for his actual content or editing or whatever, but mostly his personality. It was different from basically any other Geometry Dash content creator that we'd had at the time, and it was very refreshing to see, and he was actually genuinely funny. However, after he got into shorts, it all just sort of went downhill as this full-length video upload schedule became sort of null. This next person isn't like a top tier YouTuber or anything, but I'd just love to give them a shout out. There's a Geometry Dash player called Mag, who I've been following for over a year, who like Septicon, gets world records in impossible levels, and once held the Silent Poltergeist world record. I've gone into their channel with their channel compilations, and they've also been a victor of Enjoy, which at the time of verification was a top 5 extreme demon, and to this day has not been rated, and really deserves to be rated. But mostly they now do extreme Roblox platforming videos. But I recommend you check out Mag, they're incredibly underrated. Also I do really like Stallion, but only specific videos of his. I find that for me, a lot of his content is hit or miss. My top 3 favourite Stallion videos are Golf with Friends but GD, We Created the Worst Top 1, and Last One to Stop Straight Flying Wins $100. Matt Mart is my favourite commentary YouTuber as well. Every time he uploads a video, the content, the editing, and the thumbnail gets better every time. I'd also like to put Wavix in this list as well, because I followed Wavix since he had 300 subscribers, and it's inspiring to watch him climb at a steady rate from 300 subscribers to where he is now with 11k. I think he has 11k. Never mind, he's nearly at 20k now. That went really fast to be honest. Wavix's growth as a channel has probably been one of the factors that led to me making serious content on my channel, because I saw someone like start pretty much from the ground to becoming one of the more popular Geometry Dash commentary creators of this era. And I thought, you know, I could do that, and so that's I guess where I'm here now. Starzalien asks, do you own any pets? If not, what pet would you get if you wanted one? Currently, I do not own any pets, and I don't really want one. User DL9RX1ZDLY. When did you start playing GD? I started playing GD in 2014, however I don't fully remember what update I was playing GD in. It could have been any time between 1.3 and 1.6, because I remember a time when the Wave and the Dual Portal didn't exist. However, I did next to nothing in the 1.3 to 1.6 period and made my first full-length level in the 1.9 era. And I was most prolific during the 2.0 update, where all my friends were playing Geometry Dash with me. blueyday asks, what is your opinion on Slaughterhouse remakes? I don't mind them. Some are good, some are really bad. I have the same opinion on them as I do with 9 Circles levels. I don't hate them. In fact, I feel like future people are just going to forget about these levels as being remakes of Slaughterhouse, and it'll fall into its own sort of niche and become a lot more integrated into everything. Almost like a visual style sort of thing, like what we've seen with Clubstick Monsters and the 9 Circles effect. In fact, I've even made a Slaughterhouse remake myself in the form of Zakupin, and I've got another one coming as well. It's 3 minutes long, which is why it's taken me pretty much forever to make the layout. So in total, I don't see them as a nuisance. I see them as a product of Slaughterhouse being a successful level within the community. Friend War 4764. Are you going to bot Back on Track by Scub and more? No. Yeah, I put croissants and blenders. Bruh account IDK2 ask, how did you get your name Ninjadan? I don't really know why I called myself Ninjadan, but back when I made my Geometry Dash account when I was 12 or something, I would either use one of 2 usernames, depending on how many characters I could fit in the text field, of course. The text field for Geometry Dash was too small for me to put in my normal long username, so instead I used my short username, which was Ninjadan. Why Ninjadan specifically? Well, probably because my first name is Daniel and I like ninjas, so I sort of stuck the 2 together. Very much a username a 12-year-old would make. When I first started up my channel, I actually changed my channel name to Ninja Man GD instead of Ninjadan GD, and that was because I sort of wanted to hide my first name. However, to my dismay, I discovered that there was another person called Ninja Man, and they were a Jamaican DJ who was put in jail for murder charges. So, I changed my name back to Ninjadan GD. One thing that may have inspired me to call myself Ninjadan was because back when I was 12 I used to read this kids magazine, and it had this section in it called Game Ninja, and in that section of the magazine, people would ask questions regarding places that they were stuck in games, where they'd ask for cheat codes or something like that, and the Game Ninja would come back with an answer. And I thought the Game Ninja was pretty cool back then, so maybe I was subconsciously inspired by that somewhat. And that was the end of the question and answer video for this week or whenever this comes out. And of course, there's another one coming. We're just past halfway in this document. This document is ginormous.